Thank you LEGO for sending this set for review. A tale as old as time finally made its way into LEGO form, the Beauty and the Beast castle set, recreating the iconic location of the Disney movie with the same name, one of the very few VHS tapes I had as a kid, making this one an interesting one to look at personally. And it starts with the minifigures, as always, 5 in total with a lot more characters in there, but more on that later on. Gaston, previously featured in the Villains Icon set, isn't therefore new, but his sidekick LeFou, on the other hand, is. His chubby look doesn't really come across in minifigure form, but that's the nature of LEGO characters. Belle isn't necessarily new, as she's been featured before in the LEGO Ideas 100 Years of Disney set, but placing both minifigures side by side helps us see some significant differences, with a lot more details going on both on the dress and torso piece of the new one. Her father, Maurice, the crazy inventor, is exclusive here as well, and makes perfect sense to be included in this set. And last but not least, the Beast. Would have personally liked him to have a meaner look, but here we are. The Beast wig, so to speak, can be removed, and a hidden compartment in the castle as his human hair, which fits him nicely. All 5 minifigures have alternate face expressions, and Maurice's scared one is very fitting. When it comes to characters though, that's not the end of it, as there's a lot of them this time around brick build, featuring the remaining cast of the movie. Sultan, the footstool dog, Fifi, the love interest of Lumiere, is Paul Cogsworth, my personal favorite of the lot, due to how relatively small yet cleverly built he was, Chip and Mrs. Potts, Armoire, the wardrobe, and tuck away in the build Chef Bush, the menacing stove. Every decorated detail you see here is a print, which is impressive, same with Beast's magic mirror, and same with a small assembly to replace the lower half of Belle for when she needs to sit somewhere in the castle. The set does have stickers, mind you, but just 6, that for a Disney set with close to 3000 pieces is actually quite impressive, and so is the castle itself. While the color scheme might not be the most appealing to everybody's tastes, it is actually accurate to the source material, so not a whole lot can be said against it. I feel it has a bit of a shrunken down feel to it, but maybe that's the memory I have of the Disney castle, which looked a lot more imposing and visually impressive due to size alone. There's also this forced perspective look to it, where there's these big windows on the front 2 towers, all prints by the way, then the regular windows with those patterned panes, and then at the top tower, smaller scaled windows, I'm assuming using the backs of Erling bricks. Lots of different layers and sections coming out of the build give it a good sense of depth, and there's a lot of detailing going around, like these statues by the entrance door, with a sticker above for the castle shield, bird statues on top of some of the roof buildings, or a stained glass sticker near the top referencing the happy ending in the movie, done in the exact same way, just Legofied here with the couple as minifigures. I've been kind of avoiding the left side of the castle where the ballroom is, with these amazingly looking transparent curved wall elements, which I'm happy to say are prints and could prove to be useful for people who do custom LEGO builds. Now turning the model around will obviously reveal an interior as expected, not incredibly impressive, but featuring all the right rooms and references. Starting with the ballroom, this time around there's the iconic chandelier and the blue ribbons on the walls, and the dance floor itself as tiny as it can be and clearly not the way we all remember seeing it in the movie, but does its job surprisingly well, as placing the minifigures there and turning this plate gear on this side can make them kinda dance, a feature we've seen already before in the big Disney castle set, but completely justified here. The big staircase is also part of the ballroom floor, and I really liked how these golden corner tiles were placed at this angle. On the back, a bunch more brick-built curtains and a sticker for the window. This whole section can actually be removed for a purpose I don't completely grasp. Maybe you can have this on your desk to display the couple of minifigures. Maybe this way you can now access the castle front door, or turn the staircase the other way around to be able to see it from the open doors. Or maybe we can take it out so we can better access the dungeon cells where prisoners, Maurice included, was held in the movie. Above, there's the dining room set up for Belle, recreating yet yet again another very iconic section of the picture, complete with dancing food and cutlery like the movie, as there's this simple yet clever mechanism to make all of these items turn in place like so. And this is where that lower portion of Belle's minifigure comes in place to sit her in the chair there. Really hard to see in the back, there's the stove character I've mentioned before and Chip's cupboard. The floor above is the library that pales in comparison to the grandeur of the movie reference, which I'm not complaining about, but still needs to be mentioned for the obvious size discrepancy both have, understandably so due to the size constraints on the Lego model. Seemingly out of place, this is also where Armor stays. Hidden in this roof section lies that slide out feature to store the princess hairpiece, and to the right of it the enchanted rose room, tiny but doing its job right, with the last sticker of the set next to it with a torn down portrait of the prince at the ends of himself while in beast form. At the top there's a jumper plate, the element of choice to display minifigures on sets, and while this isn't shown anywhere, all of these round tiles with shafts seem like the perfect grabbing points for both Gaston and Beast to reenact their fights same way they do in the movie. I think there's a lot to love with this one, especially if Beauty and the Beast mean anything to you. Character selection is perfect, references and locations of the movie are all there, and the price isn't terrible either, considering what you get out of it. A Disney licensed set with almost 3,000 pieces with lots of characters and printed parts retailing for $280 is by all means fair. Still a lot of money to give in one go, don't get me wrong, but fair nonetheless. As far as Disney castles go, the other one feels a lot more iconic, but also far harder to display due to its size, so in that regard this one also tops that. All in all, I really like it, but I'm sure this isn't for everyone. Would love to know what you all think about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.